Hi everybody, it's Miss TL coming at you, and today I want to speak with you about opening yourself up to be loved. Me and my daughter and my niece and a couple of other young ladies, we were talking yesterday about setting your standards so high that you end up closing yourself out from being loved, and that's one of the issues that I've had in my lifetime where I just did not want to accept men coming at me any type of way. And so when a man would come to me and I felt that he was being misleading or not treating me correctly, I would bounce on him. And I've had a lot of females tell me that I don't have enough patience and I don't devote enough patience into my relationships. Well, something that I've learned about myself is that I'm very proud that not so much the strong black woman syndrome, but to be a woman that has standards. Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And I know that that's a cliche, but that's really basically how I have lived my life. I've tried to give men from all walks of life their fair shake, but I have been reading Steve Harvey's book, and it was so funny because, I don't know if you guys know that, but I do have a book out, and it's called Woman to Woman. He parallels a lot of the things that I talk about in my book. He put it in his book, and that's about when going into a relationship with a man, whether it be a friendship or anything else, and having some expectations, because a man will respect you more if you have expectations of him. But, and that's a strong but, there has to be there's a difference between expectations and reality. Okay, you're never gonna find somebody that's 100% of what you want. Okay, so that's why I always say, the 80-20 rule is is very true. If you can find somebody that's 80% of what you want, then I think that you should go for it. You know, as long as he has those core values. But it's up to you to know what those core values are. You know, do you want him to be religious? Do you want him to, just physically um, be good looking, or his appearance to be nice or easy on the eyes? Do you want him to be smart? Do you want him to be handsome? Do you want him to be, a business owner? Those are things that you need to know up front. And if somebody comes and says to you and they don't have most of the things on your list, then you know that you need to place him in a certain category. It's not so much that you don't want to be with him to have a good time, because everybody that you date is not necessarily somebody that you should be marrying. And that's what happens to a lot of women. I believe that we try to make temporary situations permanent. When you're out having a good time with somebody and they might be a good jokester and keep you in stitches, but they've never held down a job for any long period of time, and they've been with 50 different women, that's not somebody that you latch on to and hope that you can change them. You have to accept the good time for exactly for what it is, and that is just a good time. You know, there's an old saying that you can't make a hoe a housewife. Well, you can't make a hoe a husband either. So you have to accept people for who they are and stop trying to make them fit into your mold. And I think that as women, that's one of the things that um, we do wrong, is that we try to fix men. And usually when a man comes to you, he's putting all his cards on the table for the most part. There are game plans, but if you put time on it, 90 days, 6 months, you could see who a man really is. And to me, you shouldn't even decide what you want to do with somebody as far as relationship status until after that 6 months has passed, or that time period that you set for yourself, because they're going to make mistakes. There's going to be arguments. There's going to be disagreements. how does that person react to a disagreement? What type of letdown is that person going to give you during that 6 months? Okay, because that's going to be an indicator of how the relationship is going to go on throughout. So, you know, like I said, if you don't have any standards, anybody can come into your life and ask you to be their woman. Anybody. And you don't ever want to be put in a position like that, where you're being chosen. I think as women, we need to do the choosing instead of being chosen. Because when you're chosen, a lot of times you're going to be chose by somebody who means you no good. But if you are in a selective process, you can eliminate the garbage from the actual gold. And that's, pretty much it. But again, too, if you've ever been hurt in a relationship or whatever, and I know it's probably a little bit off track, I'll probably have to do another video about it. But if you've ever been hurt in a relationship, I think that you should take some time out and really try to heal yourself before you move into another relationship, because one of the turn off factors for me as a woman, and I know it is for men, is for somebody to bring their baggage from a previous relationship, give it to me, and don't give me a fair shot, because they're hurt because so many women are gold diggers, or their baby mama cheated on them, or whatever the case may be. Why do I have to pay for that? And if I put myself in a man's position, I know that they pretty much gonna be feeling the same way. Why do I have to pay for what another nigga did? But I'm gonna keep this short. I'm just rambling. Probably this video probably won't even make sense, so it probably won't even get uploaded. But if it does, I know there's gotta be something in there that was useful for my female counterparts out there. So take heed, and I'm out, Miss TL.